Hello and welcome back to Pokémon Colosseum, where today, hopefully we'll be able to actually purify a Pokémon. I don't remember how late in the story they let you actually do that, but we've got our Quilava waiting to be purified. And you know what? Because of that, I really should show purification progress, like, before going into the summary. Quilava is there already, everyone else is not. So, Quilava is going out of the party for now. And in its place, Slugma. How are we doing health-wise? Everyone's fine. Alright, let's get back to exploring this here hideout. Too bad for you, this elevator's off limits. Let's get rid of the trap pinch. Nice miss. Hey, Wilkinson. That is a sturdy Fanpy. Nice miss. Not accurate, though. Wolfkinson, I don't recall whether this song was in Pokemon Battle Revolution. I played a lot of Pokemon Battle Revolution, but I don't remember any music from it. No matter what, this elevator is off limits. Okay, so no elevator for us. Got it. Anything over to the left? A door that's probably locked? Yep. Alright, so we gotta go upstairs. Using the stairs. My Pokemon are looking for the chance to go wild. Booyah! Part of me wants to get rid of the Larvitar, but I think that might just be because I know how strong Tyranitar is. I don't know that Larvitar is actually worth paying much attention to. But it might know Bite or something, and Espeon wouldn't like that, so let's get rid of it. So, Carvana is not something I wanted to see. Not at all. Because Espeon Can't do much against it. So we're gonna go ahead and swap out for Flaffy. Wilkinson, there are 4 targets for ribboning, all of whom are in the thumbnail. One of whom is in this game. And it's the one that actually can't get all the ribbons available to the other 3. Because it can't go to Hisui. Right, Flaffy still doesn't have a thunder attack. Or an electric attack, rather. Nice, we got the para. Yeah, the 4 Pokemon in question are Metagross, Gardevoir, Scizor, and eventually Magnezone, but Magneton for now because we're still in Gen 3. Yeah, 3 of those Pokemon have to be obtained in XD. Scizor would be gettable here in Colosseum if I was playing the Japanese version and had all the e-reader cards. But I do not. So, yeah, only getting Metagross here. Playing this entire game just for a Pokemon that can't get every ribbon. But dang it, Metagross is my favorite. I can't just leave it behind. Hyper mode sucks. The fact that entering hyper mode happens randomly and eats your turn. Like, if I had chosen to use Shadow Rush, it should still use Shadow Rush. But no, it eats your turn to enter hyper mode, it eats your turn to leave hyper mode. And while you're in hyper mode, you can only use Shadow Rush, but at least I think you can only use Shadow Rush, but it crits more often? Ooh. Sure, 95% crit rate is nice, but it's a recoil move. Hyper mode sucks. My Pokemon don't look like they've gone wild enough, but I'll let you off with just this time. Well, maybe if you wanted your Pokemon to go more wild, you should have been better at it. It looks like there's only one direction to go. Abnormality detected. Target locked on. You know, Remoraid is one of those Pokemon where I had no idea what it was supposed to be, like, visually representing. Until I saw its concept art, or, like, beta Gold and Silver art, where it actually just looks straight up like a revolver that has turned into a fish. Like, I get why they changed it. They didn't want to have a depiction of an actual gun in the Pokemon games. But I feel like they overcorrected, and it's barely there anymore. Now it's just the suggestion of a gun, if you look at it just right. Yeah, Outlander, I get them not wanting to make Pokemon being Shadow Pokemon good, but Hyper Mode sucks so bad because you're probably gonna not want your Pokemon to be in Hyper Mode. And making your Pokemon not be in Hyper Mode, like, you lose a turn going in and you lose a turn going out. It's terrible. Also, literally the first thing this Quagsire has ever done is enter Hyper Mode. Well, time to swap back off of Slugma. Always love when sleep powder works. Even if it's like 10 seconds from when the move starts to when the Pokemon actually gets put to sleep. Abnormality detected in friendly Pokemon. My beloved Pokemon, see? Fresh prey. So, going back to that last battle where there was a Magnemite. Steel type hasn't been nerfed yet in this game. Doesn't get nerfed until Gen 6. Which is a kind of major problem for us, but then again, I guess specifically in this game, it's not as big a problem as it could be because Shadow Rush is a typeless move, and thus works fine on everything. Without Shadow Rush, that Magnemite would have been much more annoying to deal with. Wow, my beloved Pokemon are all beat up. Yeah, they are. Boy, 5 Great Balls. You're like bug Pokemon drawn to a candle. I'm going with these Pokemon. Yeah, Outlander, this game's translation leaves a lot to be desired. Let's keep the Voltorb from exploding itself. Using Secret Power instead of Bite, because I don't think Secret Power makes contact. Apparently the Voltorb didn't want to explode anyway. Oh, smart. Power up with Howl and use Quick Attack to get around your abysmal speed. Unfortunately, it seems your attack stat isn't that great even without Howl. Also, good job just running through your trainer's leg. I think the dude might be standing a little too close to his Pokemon if they can be knocked back into him. No glory for the fallen. I'm crushed. Yeah, Outlander, it did indeed always have kind of budget spin-off vibes. I remember when I first got it, I was thinking, oh man, we get a whole Pokemon game to play on a console in 3D? That's gonna be great! And then I was super disappointed that it's not that. Like, I wanted to have a regular Pokemon adventure where you wander around, you catch Pokemon, battle trainers, do gym battles, all of that. Just a regular Pokemon game, and they give us just trainer battles all the time. And pretty low effort at that. I mean, I don't want to call it low effort, but at times it feels like it. So I think it's just because, as I've said before, this game was made by a bunch of people who had never played Pokemon games. They didn't know what they were making. They didn't know what the series was about. It's a Pokemon game made by people who don't play Pokemon games. That's what it is. Come and get some. We're gunning our engines. Of these two, I do believe the Doduo to be the greatest threat. Also, who in the heck doesn't let their Ladybug evolve before level 32? Yeah, for people of professional working age at the time this came out, there weren't going to be too many who had played Pokemon. Like, nowadays you can't find hardly anyone who is into video games who hasn't touched a Pokemon game. But yeah, like, I remember back when well, no, I don't remember, but I have seen articles about back when the Pokemon movie, the first Pokemon movie came out. And there were a lot of articles written for the adult crowd, like, saying things that were basically like, oh, this movie's gonna suck, you're not gonna understand it, but you are going to have to go see it with your kids at least once, so just suck it up and go with them. It's important to them. You'll be bored out of your skull because you won't understand what's going on because it makes no sense, but just go. And it's like, dang, that really shows a complete and utter lack of interest in learning what it is that your children find so interesting about this. Like, that lack of curiosity is painful. I only lost because I didn't have a shadow Pokemon this time. Yeah, Ledion's stats are not amazing. It wouldn't have made that battle any harder had the Ledybug been evolved. My Pokemon are solid troopers, check them out. He's got a Spheal, he's already the best trainer we've ever fought. Because Spheal is fantastic. I love Spheal. It is great. Anyone who says Spheal is not great is not allowed to be my friend. So admit it, my Pokemon are decent, huh? Even though they can't win. Yep, you've got a Spheal. Spheal is decent. The shelves are lined with apparently difficult books. What do you mean apparently difficult? Shouldn't you know whether or not they're difficult for you? Oh boy, that's the first revive we've ever found. Which reminds me, it's not a revive, but we could stand to use some healing supplies. Wait a sec. What did it say? That's what I thought I said. Regained health by 20. That's not grammar. Regained 20 health, sure. Apostrophe S health was restored by 20. Sure. But regained health by 20? No. That don't grammar. My Pokemon can dance with elegance even in a dump like this. Okay, we're gonna bite the Horsey and confusion the Oddish, because the Oddish should go down to this, because it's weak to it, and Espeon is strong. Can't wait until we've got an attacker other than Espeon, though. At least a reliable one. Oh dang, that was a strong bite. Okay. I'm gonna bite the Sandshrew and I'm gonna Swift the both of them. Was hoping that Espeon would be faster than the Horsey, and it indeed was. And Swift is all we needed to get rid of that tiny sliver of HP, and oh boy, we put a tiny amount of damage on the Sandshrew too. I see why this trainer said that she had room to dance. All her Pokemon are using dancing moves. That's correct. You need to use more than just dances to win battles. Well, no, there are some Pokemon who can use dances to win battles, but you gotta use more than just Swords Dance or Dragon Dance. The end is always so cruelly pitiless. Oh, whoa. Now what compels someone like you to come here just for the sake of getting thrashed by me? Okay, Cacnea and Tentacool. I think we can leave the Tentacool be for now. Because I think Cacnea is potentially more dangerous. It's more likely to have a dark move that Espeon doesn't like. So let's get rid of it. Because that's generally the strategy thus far. Keep Espeon as safe as possible while letting it do the damage. Man, if I got a Pokemon with Follow Me, that would be great. Was Follow Me even a thing back in Gen 3? Because this is when they introduced double battles. I don't know that Follow Me would be a thing yet. I'm not reading the text from the non-important NPCs because it auto-scrolls. Done in, but how? What blind spot did you exploit? What, was there a blind spot? I don't think there was. I think I just used moves that do damage. And here we are on the roof, which goes into a cave, apparently. Darling, aren't you one of Duking's people? What made you think that you could simply waltz in here? Such a silly boy. Where's Mirror B? I'm taking him down. Take him down after the beating you took? That's too funny. You wait, I'm going to drive all of you out of this town. Oh, such a feisty boy. Don't tell me we have to take your Pokemon hostage to make you settle down, like we did with Duking. What? Oh, we seem to be getting a lot of unexpected company today. But that's no excuse for being a bad host. Yeah, Outlander, it always was weird that Feint Attack was spelled differently for multiple generations. I always thought it was like, oh, they're pretending to faint, and then using the opening that gives. Oh no, a love disc. Okay, hang on. Didn't realize that Remoraid was made of paper. I think we'll be able to recatch that later. Okay, yes. All shadow Pokemon reappear later in the game. Good? Because otherwise, I would be out a thing that I want very badly. Let me just check where I need to go to... That link is dead now, but whatever. At some point, I'll be able to have another attempt at getting that Remoraid. And yeah, it would actually really suck if Shadow Pokemon were missable, because wouldn't that lock you out of Ho-Oh? I think to get Ho-Oh, you need to purify all the other Shadow Pokemon, so yeah. My Pokemon couldn't muster a thing. You're no ordinary trainer. Were you hired by Duking as his bodyguards? Let me warn you, if you mess with us, you'd better be prepared for the consequences. Oh, hey, look, there's another Remoraid. There were technically 2 Shadow Remoraids in this series of battles. I like that flinch. Can you stop being so rude to my Espeon? We don't get to choose who we use this on, do we? Yes, we do. Okay, good. For some reason, I was thinking that it would be used on the slot where we used the item. But no, because if that was the case, then it wouldn't be possible to use revives. I'm not used to using items in double battles. Nice crit. Really been hoping for a paralysis, but guess we're not getting it. Alright, let's go ahead and huck a ball at this Mantine and just hope it works. And Espeon is gonna swap out at this point. Nope. Definitely want to get rid of that thing before it just spams Sonic Boom at us the whole time. Let's... Do I want to use Confuse Ray on the Yanma? Yeah, I want to use Confuse Ray on the Yanma. Just anything to stop it from using quite so many Sonic Booms. I doubt Flaffy's going to survive long enough to use Thunder Shock, but we'll give it a shot. Nice miss. Hopefully the Mantine also elects not to kill the Flaffy, but then again, Gen 3 AI, they tend to take KOs if they sense that they can get one. Okay, I want to use Skiploom to put the Yanma to sleep, but Skiploom's in hyper mode right now, making it actually worthless. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna toss a Pokeball at the Mantine and hope that it works, and hope that the Yanma just hits itself because it's confused. Also, I go back and forth between Mantine and Mantine. I forget which one's the official one. I think probably Tine, like the tines of a tuning fork, because, hey, it's got those things on its head, which, yeah, sure, some rays have, and they have nothing to do with tuning forks, and neither does anything else about this fish, really, but hey, whatever, it's a thing. Okay, let's do one more secret power on the Mantine, hope that we get a para. And let's sleep powder the Onma. Good job. Nicely done, Yanma. Our confuse rate paid off. Come on, Para. Nice. Less nice. Okay, this Mantine's got 2 recoil moves. I don't like that. But we're not going to be hitting it anymore. All we have to do is continue to throw balls at it. They're much more likely to work now than they were before. More than twice as likely, in fact. Wait, no. Sleep is 2 times. Paralysis is 1.5 times. Still. Confusion paying dividends. For them too, unfortunately. Well, good news, it's not doing a whole lot of recoil to itself with that one. Quagsire ought to be fine here. Umbreon slot, gonna just keep throwing balls. While Quagsire slams the Yanma. Now stay in the ball. Thank you. I still cannot stand the fact that there's no click. Also, seriously, confusion paying dividends. Unbelievable 2? Wreath, let's make ourselves scarce for the time being. Righto, Firma. Ultra Super Fire Dash. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Okay, I guess we can't leave. Hang on. File S is written on the file's cover. Read it? Yes. Shadow Pokemon. A Shadow Pokemon is a Pokemon that has been made into a fighting machine by artificially shutting the door to its heart. What we didn't know is that the Shadow Pokemon exude a dark aura that can't normally be seen by the human eye. Unfortunately, a girl with the ability to see this dark aura has been discovered. This is a major problem. The girl could become a huge obstacle for our Shadow Pokemon plan. A solution to this threat is urgently needed. Shadow Pokemon Lab, Chief Ein. Books on dance styles and steps? Ow. Thank you, you saved me. Do you people know duking? Okay, I'm a fool. I didn't know what was happening at all. They'd taken Duking's Pokemon hostage. How could they do something so downright dirty? That's why we're here. We came to rescue Plusle. I'm going too. Ow, ow, ow. Not in your condition. You'll have to wait here. Whoa, we meet again, kiddies. Mirror B, you cowardly cheat. Cowardly cheat? That's so not true. Taking a hostage is perfectly fine as a bargaining tactic. You call that a tactic? Plusle had better be okay. Oh, the darling couldn't be any safer if it tried. I'm sure it will come to adore me before too much longer. You've got to be kidding. Where is it? Give it back. Ho, 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 ho. No running or hiding from me. Come to the cave. That's where I'll be. I'll be waiting for you, my pretties. Ho, 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 ho. Does he mean the cave, like, in that direction? I kind of need to heal up first. Also, the reason that I didn't just go back to the healing station here during that whole experience is because there are some areas in this game, I don't know where, this might or might not be one of them, but there are some areas in this game where if you restore your Pokemon's health at one of these machines, it makes the trainers reactivate. And considering the sheer... Are you kidding me? Yeah, considering the sheer number of trainers we had to go through, I didn't want to risk it. Also, for reals, if you're gonna put a door that only opens from one side as a shortcut back to a healing thing, have it stay open once you've gone through it once. Huh? Oh, I get it. You guys weren't new recruits, but just intruders too? That guy earlier was too weak for words. How about you? Are you going to keep me amused? Oh boy, it's Hyper Quillfish time. Or not Hyper, Shadow Quillfish time. Of all the Pokemon to have a Shadow Pokemon of, Quillfish. It's one of those Pokemon that's just like, wow, you sure are here to fill out a slot in the Pokédex and no other reason. Especially a Shadow Quillfish, like that thing is explicitly just in this game to fill out a Pokédex slot. Let's secret power the Quillfish. Because we do need to soften the Quillfish up at least a little. I didn't soften it up very much. Yeah, at least we've got Overquill these days, and I do love Overquill. But regular Quillfish was absolutely just there to fill a slot the entire time. That's its whole reason to exist, is to just fill a slot. The fact that regular Quillfish can't evolve into Overquill, it has to be Hisuian Quillfish. That's just a disservice to Quillfish. Let's go ahead and swap off Umbreon. It's not really doing much for us at this point. After a single sand attack. Ouch! My poor Skiploom. What's even more ridiculous about Quillfish is the fact that it was one of those Pokemon that, unless you got a call about there being a Quillfish swarm, only had a 1% encounter rate. Like, I feel like Game Freak was really just having a laugh at our expense with a lot of those swarm Pokemon, because, like, Dunsparce was another one. Like, oh boy, Dunsparce, Quillfish, Yanma. These are Pokemon that are absolutely deserving of having super low encounter rates that you have to get a call to make them more present. Yeah, these are the types of Pokemon that, oh man, they'd just be super unbalanced if you could get them commonly. Like, oh, a Gen 2 Dunsparce? Woo, we don't want to let the player have that kind of power unless they work for it. Quillfish? Oh, that's right out. Mostly sent Slugma out just to get that little bit of purification on it. Let's go ahead and get Reflect back up, just to keep Poison Sting from being as nasty, I guess. Poison Sting already doesn't hurt very much, but whatever. The thing is, like, Remoraid was another one of those swarm Pokemon, and Octillery, at least, is worth considering. Unlike Quillfish, Yanma, and Dunsparce. I will say, I do like the grabby animation of snag balls. Why is this quillfish so hard to catch when it's so worthless? Also, I called out Quagsire just to waste a turn, but like, the fact that it said it failed to hear. Does that mean it tried to hear but didn't do it? How bad a listener do you have to be to fail to hear? Like, I'd understand it didn't hear, but it failed to hear? And yes, I know I could be using Great Balls, but I'm trying to use Pokeballs as long as I have the option. I don't mind this thing using Minimize more. I do need to swap off of Quagsire at this point. Back to Flaffy, I guess. Just stay in the ball, you're a quillfish. You're hardly even worth all these Pokeballs. That's the first time paralysis has stopped the quillfish from doing anything. Just stay in the ball. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but you are a quillfish. Why is Quillfish the hardest Pokemon to catch? Like, seriously, why? Nothing has broken out of more balls than this Quillfish so far. Why? Why is Game Freak playing such a cruel joke on me? About to run out of Pokeballs. Oh, you're finally done having your laugh, I see. No, it wasn't, Dokkan. No, it wasn't. Battling you was fun, so that's good enough for me. If you want to go through, go right ahead. I'm gonna go heal first. Also, wow, looks like poison works faster in this game than in other Pokemon games. Other Pokemon games, it's every 4th step that causes a poison tick. Seriously, why does this door close behind you? It's a shortcut back to the start. It should just stay open. Come on. Actually, wait. So, Flaffy's done. So, Flaffy, swap out. And let's get Mischievous, why not? Let's also save while we're at it. Sure do love having to walk all the way through this building every time. Instead of just having the one-way door stay open. There's no reason it should have to close again. Just wastes time. So there's stairs, there's a path, there's a trainer, there's an open door. Yay, you're finally here! This floor is my territory, I can't let you through! Rid of the Anorith, because it being a bug, it might be able to harm Espeon. You know, I definitely prefer Anorith crawling like this instead of flying, like flying and floating and stuff like it does in the more modern games. Like, sure, it's a undersea bug, but that doesn't mean it's gotta fly on land. Let it crawl. That way we can't see its stupid mouth that's in the middle of its body instead of its head. Also, Lotad's mouth, I hate how it's depicted in 3D when in Emerald, its battle entry animation showed that nose beak actually open up like a regular beak, instead of having a little mouth under the beak, which looks stupid. Fix Lotad, Game Freak. Give it a real beak. You're a surprise, but I'm not telling you where Mirror B's waiting. Okay, what does this lead to? A room with an item. Hyper potions. We like hyper potions. And what does this lead to? An item. We like ethers. Hardly ever use them, but we like them. You know what else I'd like? Pokeballs. Because it occurs to me there might be more shadow Pokemon in here, and I'm going to have to throw Great Balls at them. What's going on here? I heard there was one intruder, but there's obviously two of you. Okay. Time for a good old-fashioned divide and conquer, I guess? Ralts isn't going to take this bite. The coughing might survive this confusion, though, and that would put us in a potentially sticky situation, but nope, it did not survive. We're good. We're fine. Just to keep it from using any status moves on us. Something kind of funny about Shroomish. Game Freak clearly decided in Gen 5 that it wasn't Shroomish enough when they gave us Fungus, who is much more Shroomish than a Shroomish. I mean, really, look at Shroomish. It doesn't really look very Shroomish, does it? Racing your Pokemon to those levels must have been a hard struggle. You might be our enemy, but you have my respect. Actually, it wasn't a hard struggle at all, like... Espeon and Umbreon came in at, like, what, 28 and 29? And all the rest of these... Well, I didn't use them against you, but... They came at the levels they are, because they're not allowed to gain XP until they are purified, so... Yeah, it didn't take much effort at all. It's... I had to do hardly anything to raise these Pokemon to these levels. Guy here. Hold it. Don't think you're going anywhere when you catch my eye. I'm gonna just hope that that Bagon doesn't have... Catch the Meditite. Okay, I was gonna get rid of it and just hope that the Bagon didn't have Dragon Rage. But I guess we'll get rid of the Bagon so that we can focus on the Meditite. Oh. Hopefully the bite doesn't take the Metatite down. It's not going to be super effective, so... Numble is another of those Pokemon that I just really like the cry of. Also, I guess the bite isn't going to even risk taking Metatite down because Numble existed. Why would you use high jump kick on the Espeon instead of the Umbreon? I don't get you, Metatite. Let's go ahead and bite the Numble and use Reflect just to protect Umbreon from any further jump kick actions. Okay, Numble gone. We'll swap Umbreon out for Skiploom, who won't have to worry about super effective jump kicks, while Espeon uses Return in hopes that it isn't strong enough that it can KO this Metatite. It shouldn't be. Espeon doesn't have very good physical attack. Yeah, that's fine. We lost so many interesting Metatite animations when they decided to make it just stand. Like, look how it comes walking back. These days, it would just stay on its feet. Oh good, we didn't have to go out of our Pokeballs. Didn't have to use a Great Ball. My Pokemon have won a knockout challenge. You're no average trainer for beating them. Yeah, well, this non-average trainer needs to heal his Espeon. Okay. There's more stairs, but there's also more stairs down here. This place is more of a maze than I bargained for. So where's this gonna lead? Apparently there's only one direction it goes, so... What's this way? Please be a dead end with an item. Okay, not quite. At least not quite yet. You're just gonna let me right by? Okay. This guy, on the other hand, is at least positioned to stop me. Haha, too bad for you. You're at a dead end. Mirror B's not here. Well, that's good. That's what I was hoping for. I see he's a Lotad fan. I can't blame him. Lotad's great. Ludicolo, especially. Fantastic. Love Ludicolo. I had a toxic one on my team back in Gen 3. And I mean that quite literally. Rain Dance, Synthesis, Toxic, Dive, I think it was. With Rain Dish and Leftovers. Maybe it didn't have Synthesis. I forget what it had there. Could have been Synthesis. Oh, it was Giga Drain. That's what it was. Rain Dance, Giga Drain, Toxic, Dive. With Rain Dish and Leftovers. I don't know what these Lotads are going to use that they want our evasion down. I just realized that these Lotads have 6 legs. Have they always had 6 legs, or did they change it so that it was 4 legs and a tail at some point? I could have sworn I remembered it being 4 legs and a tail, but if it's 6 legs and it's always been 6 legs, then... why is it 6 legs? They're not bug types. And they lose 2 of those limbs when they evolve. Why would they ever have 6 legs? Yeah, you sure are strong, but you're no match for Mirror B. Oh boy, Ultra Balls. Whoops, roadblock, this is a no-through street, even though I've already gone through. I feel like Geodude's the more annoying thing to leave alive. Knowing that Lotad has a dark-type move, let's get rid of it. And yeah, on the subject of this game giving us exactly 528 Poké Dollars for winning battles, in the Japanese games, they do not have Poké Dollars, they just use yen. You know, the actual currency that Japan uses. To give someone 528 yen, like, it's not uncommon when you're over there in Japan to actually just have about that much money in coins in your pocket. Because Japan still uses cash for a lot of things, though that has absolutely changed recently with the proliferation of digital payments. Like non-contact payment with phones and stuff. So, like, it's absolutely changing. But, like, even just 10 years back, that was less of a thing. And so it was a lot of just cash transactions for everything. Which meant that you would end up with a lot of coins in your pocket very quickly. And if you didn't actively work to try and pay an exact change whenever possible, you just get more and more and more coins until you had a pocket just weighed down with nothing but coins. But the thing is, all the coins, the values are 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, and 500. So, like, we've got a 25-cent quarter here in the US. To give 25 yen in Japan, you need to have at least 3 coins. So to give specifically 528 Poké Dollars, that would be a 500 yen coin, 2 10 yen coins, a 5 yen coin, and 3 1 yen coins. At the absolute minimum. So yeah, these amounts they give us when they lose, it's straight up just, they're reaching in their pocket and just taking out all the change that they haven't spent and handing it to you. They're not giving us the bills, they're just giving us the coins. And yes, Outlander, they basically did just... In a lot of places, they basically skipped credit cards and went straight to Apple Pay. Mirror B's unbeatable. You'll lose. Like, yes, a lot of places did use cards, but cash was still generally what most people used for just about everything while I was there. But non-contact payment definitely was starting to be more of a thing, and my understanding is that it became much more of a thing when a certain global situation happened that made people not want to touch things as much as possible. So yeah, that situation was a major impetus for wider acceptance of digital payments. If I drop you here, Mirror B's sure to give me a reward. Yeah, while I was there, there were still a lot of cash-only places. Not too many, but certainly a lot more than you find here in the States. And no, Outlander, Japan just uses yen. The yen is the yen. It's actually more analogous to our cents than our dollars. While I was over there, generally was around like 106 yen to $1. These days, it's actually really painful for them, because, yeah, nowadays it's like 160 yen to $1, and I have some friends who get paid in yen, and basically every single one of them who doesn't live over in Japan is getting absolutely just wrecked by exchange rates right now. It's not a good time to be a translator who gets paid in yen, but does not live in Japan. Thankfully, I get paid in dollars, but yeah, it's a real situation. The yen being as weak as it is right now is not helping things. Oh boy, feint attack. It's bite, but without the flinch chance, but with the inability to miss. Honestly, I think I'll just keep bite. Outlander, I don't think I've actually ever heard of the Sen. I know that long, long ago they used the Ryo and the Mon, but I don't think I've ever heard of Sen. And all of my understanding of yen comes from the modern era, when I used it. Also, fun fact, coming from the US and going to Japan, the 1 yen coin. Well, let's put it this way. The US penny is copper, well, it's an alloy with copper in it. But the point is, it's a metal that has actual weight. Like, you hold it, it feels like money. It feels like the rest of the coins. All of our US coins have an appreciable weight to them. And they feel like actual hard metals. The 1 yen coin is made of aluminum. It weighs almost nothing, and it feels like play money. The rest of the Japanese coins feel like real money, like our US coins. But the 1 yen coin feels like play money. It's weird. Handling them is something that I never got used to. Like, they always felt like they weren't real money. Outlander, you probably thought bite was normal because back in Gen 1 it was. I'll pretend that I never saw you two. Consider yourselves lucky. Also, fun fact, some, but not all, Japanese coins have holes in them, specifically the 5 and the 50 yen coin. These holes allowed them to be hung on a string, which made them easier to carry around. The 5 yen coin has the most archaic design of all the coins. Like, it's the only one that doesn't have an actual, an Arabic numeral on it. It's only got the kanji for 5. So yeah, the 5 yen coin feels like it's older than the rest of the coins. The 50 yen coin feels like it's got a hole in it just because the coins with 5s in them have holes. But then the 500 yen coin doesn't have a hole in it. But the 5s and 50s, you can put those on a string. Welcome to here. Thanks. Glad to be here. Where is here? Oh boy, is this gonna be a Shadow Dunsparce? A super useful Pokemon? It's a Shadow Dunsparce. I don't have a Pokeball. We've caught all of our Pokemon in Pokeballs so far. I kind of want to keep that up until Metagross. So I think, and I know Dunsparce is super useful, and this is just a terrible thing of me to do. I'm denying myself such a quality Pokemon. But I think I'll just KO it so that I can try again at some other point when I have Pokeballs. If I encounter a Pokemon that I actually want to have on my party before I can get more Pokeballs, I might give up on using standard Pokeballs for everything, but as of right now, this is what I'm going with. Outlander, there is no Shadow Mareep in the game, and I did not already get one. I got a Flaffy. And Flaffy just isn't on the team right now because it's ready to be purified. So there's not really much for me to gain by keeping it on the team. Or wait, did I take Flaffy off the team yet? Maybe it's still on the team. No, I think I did and replaced it with Mischievous. No way, no way! I'm supposed to beat someone as strong as you? They must be joking! Yeah, Flaffy's not on the team right now. But it is ready to be purified as soon as we are able to purify things. Oh. I like being able to heal. Okay, so there's items over there, but we can't get there from here. Actually, let's take a look at the status of our Shadow Pokemon. Okay, it's time to boot Quagsire off the team. A water type for a water type. Probably should have saved. Duking's finished. It's the dawning of Mirror B's time. Oh, this kid's got a Lombre. Well, that Lombre is clearly the biggest threat here, so... Come on, flinch. Nice. So, fun fact. As part of my getting ready for later aspects of this ribbon road, I've actually been soft resetting in Pokemon Soul Silver in my spare time while watching videos and stuff, just as a side activity. Trying to get myself a shiny starter, just because of any game to go for a shiny starter in, that's the one I would do, because A, you can get a shiny starter, unlike modern games, and B, you can check all 3 instead of just the one you choose for shininess. So you can check all 3, and if you find a shiny one among all 3, hooray, you get it. I accidentally, soft reset on a shiny that I found. It was a Chikorita. So, oops. And back then it was actually full odds shinies, you know, the one in, what was it, 8192? So yeah, I threw that one straight in the trash accidentally. It's the second time I've ever soft reset on a shiny. The first time was a Xurkitree in the Ultra Wormholes. Grr, is Mirror B's age really going to arrive? The Xurkitree I reclaimed way after I actually went over odds on the second Xurkitree attempt. But I have yet to reclaim any Soul Silver shiny. I need to score points with Mirror B so I can get a promotion. But hey, at least if I was gonna throw away a shiny starter in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, at least it was Chikorita. Because again, Chikorita is the worst starter in any Pokemon game. Even if you take it out of Johto, where all the gyms are good against it, it is still a terrible Pokemon. Also, let's do the thing to this Swablu. Meganium just isn't good. So, of all the ones that I had to accidentally get rid of, that is the one that hurts the least. So the next time I find a shiny, there's a 2 in 3 chance that it's not Chikorita. And you know what? If Chikorita comes back, then I'll stick with it. But I will not be upset if I get a Totodile or a Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil, I honestly don't really care for its shiny, because brown instead of blue is not an upgrade. Totodile shiny I actually kind of like. I'd like it more if it was a darker blue, but the lighter blue and the green instead of red spikes on his back, you know what? I'm cool with that. I like the green. But yeah, either Chikorita, or well, no, either Cyndaquil or Totodile I am perfectly willing to use and would be happy to use. If I get a shiny Chikorita, I will always be at least kind of upset that it was a Chikorita instead of one of those other two. There's also the fact that Chikorita turns, you know, it does the Gen 3 and earlier grass type thing. Actually, it's Gen 4 and earlier. And becomes more like autumn colors, which I'm not the biggest fan of on most Pokemon. Yeah, considering we will need to go through Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Well, not both. We need to go through Heart Gold or Soul Silver. For one entire ribbon. Yeah, I'm gonna do it with a shiny starter. Provided I find one before we get to that point in these streams. But that point's a good long way away right now. Considering we have to go all the way through this game, all the way through XD, all the way through Hoenn, and all the way through Sinnoh. So yeah, it's gonna be a while. Current plan is Colosseum, XD, Emerald, Platinum, and then Soul Silver. You've ruined all my hopes of getting a promotion. This is not where I expected to be spit out. I expected to be spit out more to the left, where those items were. This looks too progress-y. I'm under orders to battle with you here. Orders must be followed. Honestly, when it comes to what shiny I use for Heart Gold and Soul Silver, while aesthetically I do like shiny Totodile the best, and like, yeah, I like the water type starters always. When it comes to actually using it, I think I might prefer if we get Cyndaquil. Mainly just because there's more water types than fire types available. Not to the degree that it is for Gen 4, but... or rather, for Sinnoh. Or Soul Silver is Gen 4, but... the thing is, like, I like Lantern. And Lantern's a water type. So... if I get Cyndaquil, then that frees up our water type slot for Lantern, which I like. I mean, sure, I also am... I'm pretty okay with Houndour and Houndoom, but... I forget whether you can actually get those before post-game in the remakes. I was under orders to battle with you. Nobody said anything about not losing, so it's okay. I like this guy's positive attitude. I'm training here. One day I'm going to win at the Colosseum. I see she's a fan of Zigzagoons. So, just to give a rundown of my favorite starters. In Gen 1, my favorite starter is Squirtle. In Gen 2, my favorite starter is Totodile, though Cyndaquil is not far behind, especially in 2D games where I don't have to look at the stupid 3D Typhlosion. The Cyndaquil line never translated well into 3D. The way they handle the fire coming out of it has never looked good. Not even once. And then just the stance they gave Typhlosion in Gen 3. It looks so bad. I hate 3D Typhlosion. Gen 3, my favorite starter, is Mudkip, and it's not even close. Gen 4, my favorite starter, is Piplup, and it's not even close. Gen 5, my favorite starter, is Oshawott, though Snivy isn't far behind, even though actually using Snivy kinda sucks. Gen 6, my favorite starter, is Froakie. Though if we look only at the starters and not their evolutions, Fennekin is pretty close. If we look at the evolutions, I do not care for Delphox, not one bit. Chestnut, on the other hand, gains a lot of points. Quilladin does not. Gen 7, my favorite starter, is Popplio, though Rowlet is close, and Litten is close. Actually, that's the closest generation. Like, all three. I love all of the Alolan starters. Gen 8, my favorite starter, is Sobble. Though, if we look at the evolutions... Also, Grookey's kind of close there. But if we look at the evolutions, unfortunately, Inteleon is my least favorite. Just aesthetically, I do not like Inteleon. Its stupid tiny cape is way too small for what is supposed to be. Like, he acts like he's using it to glide. There's no way anything that small could be used to glide. I hate it. It looks bad. And I just don't generally like Inteleon's proportions either. Rillaboom, on the other hand, now that's a good starter. And Cinderace is okay. And then finally we get to Gen 9, where actually all of the starters are pretty good. Like, yeah, not even just, well, Quaxly's the worst. Both to begin with and final evolution. But Quaxly himself is alright. I don't really care for Quaquaval. Sprigatito and Meowscarada I like. And Fuecoco is the best starter. And Skeledirge is pretty nice too. But I think for the actual starter, I have to go with Fuecoco. For the final evolution, I think I gotta go with Meowscarada. Yeah, Gen 9 is the first one where the water type is not my favorite, like, definitively. Like, not even to begin with, not to end with. It's the only one where the water type is never in my #1 slot. Maybe... is it this place that's bad for my training? Oh boy, a Zinc. Oh boy, a Carbos. Oh boy, a Protein. Is this gonna be Iron? Sure is. Yeah, Skeledirge is great. I just like Meowscarada just that tiny little bit more. Are you looking for Duking's Pokemon? Could it be beyond here, I wonder? Yeah, when it comes to Delphox, I think I would like it a lot more if it didn't have so much hair coming out of its ears. Like, it's got more ear hair than it has ear, and that just bugs me. This Mela would later go to Paldea and become a member of Team Flare? Or not Flare, Star. Sorry. She has fiery clothes, made me think Flare. Don't you people have any sense of direction? I bet you're having trouble getting around in this cave. Okay, I know earlier I said that it felt like progress, but this is starting to feel more like progress than the other way. Like, this definitely feels like the run-up to a boss. Because it is. So I guess that other way is either... Like, maybe that door in front of us was locked or something? Or maybe... well, yeah, maybe it's locked and there's... this will lead to an alternate entrance that is not locked. Or else, this is just a whole bunch of trainers on an optional path. Because they have to put trainers on optional paths. Because there's no wild Pokemon to have on optional paths. Oh, now isn't this something? This is the edge of the world. Good of you to come. Man, most Pokemon games don't put quite so many trainers on the optional paths. I guess they do, but it feels like they don't, because they don't need to. Because if the optional paths are long enough, you just get enough wild encounters that it doesn't matter. Well, there's no wild encounters in this game, so every time they want to give us a challenge in order to... whenever they want us to prove that we've earned something, they have to just put a bunch of trainers on the path. A Pokemon game with no wild encounters just feels weird. Because, like, it's a Pokemon game where the focus isn't collecting Pokemon. How do you get this franchise that wrong? Like, they call the game Pokemon, not Trainer. This isn't Trainer Colosseum. Pokemon Colosseum. What a wasted effort for you. There's nothing here for you. While you were all busy wasting time, what became of that Pokemon you're after? Ho 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 ho. Ah, indeed there is nothing here for me. I turned back one trainer too early. Yeah, Outlander, the story thus far is some people were trying to kidnap Rui, and oh no, there are shadow Pokemon. Those people tried to kidnap her because she can see which Pokemon are shadow Pokemon. These are the people who are putting shadow Pokemon out there. Let's go punch them. Oh wait, these people doing shadow Pokemon things kidnapped a man's Plusle. We need to get the Plusle back. That's the whole story so far. And what a compelling story it is. I mean, he's having a good time. So are his Ludicolo. All four of them. No, Slugma isn't good against Ludicolo. They're water types. I was thinking, oh yeah, they're grass types. I should put fire out front. But also, I don't know if Slugma even knows any fire moves yet. Because shadow Pokemon are handled terribly in this game. Oh boy, you can tell this game was made in the early aughts. Yeah, woot! Woot. That is a word that probably hasn't been used since about 2005. It's about time, darlings. I'm so frightfully tired of waiting for you. Stop the music. Oh, you kept me waiting for so long, I decided to work up a little perspiration. Ho ho ho. But my, you have been busy being naughty and messing up our plans. It was oh so close for everything to turn out just right, just the way we hoped. But I can salvage our plan by beating you, little man, and so... There's time for one last frantic dance before the grand finale. Let the music play. So, we got a couple Ludicolos in front of us. That's a little concerning, considering they are fully evolved Pokemon. But we're faster than them. But now it's raining, so they are either faster than us, or they have Rain Dish, and, well, the male Ludicolo is certainly faster than us now. Or not. I guess Swift Swim isn't doing much for him, at least relative to my Espeon. Does my Espeon have, like, a speed-boosting nature or something? Like, I never think of Espeon as being a super fast Pokemon. But it's outsped basically everything other than Yanma's at this point. Even Umbreon outsped the Ludicolo. That one's got Rain Dish, so I guess it makes sense that we outsped that one. I need to see, what nature is this Espeon? Careful, that doesn't boost speed. I feel like it might even be the opposite of that. I don't remember what Careful does. Is it defense down, special defense up, or is it speed down, special defense up? Or something else? I don't know. All I know is I am weirded out by the fact that our Espeon outsped a Ludicolo that obviously did not have Rain Dish. I'm also weirded out that my Umbreon... Well, no, because that one didn't have Rain Dish. Or it didn't have Swift Swim. So, never mind. I don't need to be weirded out that my Umbreon outsped a Ludicolo with Rain Dish. With Swift Swim, maybe. Rain Dish? No. Wow, Espeon has 110 base speed? Yeah, it just never registers in my head as this is a fast Pokemon, like... Yeah. But I guess it's a lot faster than I realized. Special attack down, special defense up. Wow, that is a terrible nature to have on my only attacking Pokemon that only attacks with special attack. Okay, I don't like that my Espeon has been seeded. So I'm going to swap it out, but this is Umbreon, not Espeon. So Umbreon gets to bite that Ludicolo and probably finish it off. Espeon will swap out for Mantine just for now. Alright. Mirror Bee's probably only got one more Ludicolo, right? I mean, sure, he's got another 2 Pokemon behind it, but... he should be out of Ludicolos at this point. Which Ludicolo was that used Leech Seed? Was it the male or the female? Because I want to taunt it so that it stops. I'm just going to taunt that one. And Supersonic the other one, why not? Alright, I taunted the right one. And I'm just going to assume the other one doesn't know Leech Seed, or it probably would have used it. Now let's swap Umbreon for Espeon so that we don't keep on giving it Leech Seed HP. And let's swap Mantine out for Misdrew, or no, for Skiploom. Just to get Skiploom a little more heart-openingness. And also maybe for some sleep powders. Can't use Leech Seed, so now it's using Dive. Nice. So that one clearly does not have Swift Swim. So, at this point, battle is ours to win. So, what is Pokemon number 5 going to be? Is it going to be a secret 5th Ludicolo? Or is it going to be a different thing? It's a Sudowoodo. A Shadow Sudowoodo. That I am going to defeat because I don't have any standard Pokeballs to use on it. And I am not so interested in Sudowoodo that I am willing to break my streak for it. Also, can I just point out how mean Mirror B is being to this Sudowoodo? Like, Sudowoodo's one trait in Pokemon games up to this point is that it doesn't like getting water on it. You use a squirt bottle to make it attack you because it doesn't like water. And here Mirror B is with a rain team, and the one Pokemon he's got that isn't a Ludicolo is a Sudowoodo? On a rain team? He is bullying that thing. At least the rain stopped now. I can't keep up with the tempo. Oh, no, no, what a no-no. How dare you? Don't you dare think you'll get away with your latest outrage. Why are we on the stage and him not? One of these days I will take great pleasure in kicking you about with my elegant dance steps. Oh, and I'm not giving up our Shadow Pokemon plan. Let's go! Escape! Why does he Naruto run? Plusle noises. Redmond, did you hear those cries? It must be Plusle. I think those cries came from behind that door. What's TM49? Is it good? No, it's not. Ein File P is written on the file's cover. Purification of Pokémon. Shadow Pokémon are fighting machines created by closing the doors to their hearts. The process of restoring a Shadow Pokémon. By the way, the door to their hearts. That grammar implies that Pokémon have multiple hearts, but only one door to those hearts. Now, if it was the doors to their hearts, that would imply multiple Pokémon being involved with multiple doors to their hearts. But the door to their hearts, there is one door to multiple hearts, which implies that one Pokémon has multiple hearts. That or every Pokémon's heart is behind the same door. The process of restoring a Shadow Pokémon back to its original state is known as purification. Exactly how a Shadow Pokémon is purified is unclear, but there appear to be several causes. We must eliminate reaction to these factors and create Shadow Pokémon that will never revert back to their original purified forms. Shadow Pokémon Lab, Chief Ein. Alright, we got a Macho Brace. That would be super helpful in a game where there were wild Pokémon to train specific EVs against. Redmond, Plusle! Redmond, you're safe. Oh, and Plusle! Mirror B got away, but things will be back to normal here. Duking, I don't know what to say. Forget it, Silva. We're all unharmed. That's good enough. Even that Mirror B's been driven out thanks to Redmond. Plusle noises. What's that, Plusle? Feeling hungry out of relief? Wah-ha-ha! Okay, Redmond, let's quit this moldy cavern, and quick! Redmond, we owe you a great deal. Sincerely, thank you. If you were even a bit later, Plusle could have been made a Shadow Pokémon. That's horrible. I'm glad everything's fine, Papa, and Plusle too. Plusle noises. What's the matter, Plusle? Oh, you want to... Okay, I understand. Redmond, could you take my Plusle with you? Plusle is saying it wants to help you too. But it's not going to be any help. It's a Plusle. Yes, that's right. You can't let those criminals get away with it. That's amazing. We've got a cute and brave addition to our party. You'll note she doesn't say good or competent. Redmond, I'm counting on you. Yes, Plusle was indeed transferred to the PC, where it will live out the rest of its days. I intend to investigate the organization behind Mirror B. As soon as I discover anything, I will be in touch. Which reminds me, Redmond, I need your PDA number. Oh, that's the Pokemon Digital Assistant, or PDA for short. If someone walked up to you... Well, actually, PDAs were a thing back then. I believe it was Palm or Pocket Digital Assistant back then. But, either way, someone walks up to you and says, like, oh, do you know where the ATM is? You're not going to be like, oh, that's the automatic teller machine, or ATM for short. Like, for one, they already know it's ATM for short, because they used that acronym already. And for two, they already know what it is. They're the one who brought it up to begin with. Redmond, where's yours? You have to tell Duking your number so he can contact us. Redmond gave Duking the PDA number. Perfect. I will be in touch as soon as we discover anything. And yeah, Plusle's better than Ledian, but I'm not using Ledian now, am I? What's got you outside?
Ah, I might be imagining it, but the town's air feels somewhat less dirty. But not all is well. I can feel the presence of black auras coming from shadow Pokemon.
I'm sorry, I've got 4 of them with me.
Wow, Fatine, nothing escapes your notice. There is but nothing that eludes the notice of my fortune-telling.
That's literally what Rui just said, but in different words. She said nothing escapes your notice, and you responded, there is nothing that eludes my notice. It's the same sentence, just with different words.
The key to freeing Pokemon from that black aura, it is in the north. Up north? That's where my grandpa lives, too. Oh no, I forgot. I was on my way to visit Grandpa. He lives in Agate Village. That's north of here. That being north may be no mere coincidence. Your answer may be there. Oh, my grandpa was a famous trainer when he was young. Maybe my grandpa would know something. Let's go see him, Redmond.
So, Rui got kidnapped when she was on her way to visit her grandpa, who is north of Pyrite Town. And she was kidnapped in Pyrite Town. Where in the heck was she coming from? She had never been to Phoenix before. She didn't know where she was when she saw it. So she was coming from somewhere, through Pyrite Town, to get to Agate Village. And that somewhere was not Phoenix City. Did she come from, like... Well, no, she wouldn't have come from the southwest, because then she would have taken the road just straight up to Agate Village without stopping in Pyrite Town. So she had to be coming from somewhere to the east. So either she came from further east of Outskirt Stand or further north of Outskirt Stand. But either way, where was she coming from that she had to go through Pyrite Town to get to Agate Village without first stopping at Phoenix City? Yeah, I considered out west across the border, Outlander, but if she was going from there, like, she'd have to take a detour to get to Pyrite Town. Pyrite Town is not on the road from west of the border to Agate Village. Like, we've got clearly delineated roads. Where was she coming from? Something tells me the people writing the story of this game just didn't think about it.
Oh, here we are. This is where my grandpa and grandma live. Ah, the air tastes a lot different here. It's been so long. Okay, let's get going. I bet they're worried about me not getting here.
Say hello to the place where we will be, purifying, well, not purifying, but opening, well, I guess, yeah, purifying, but getting the doors to our Pokemon's hearts more opened. This right here. You see, what you can do is unplug a GameCube controller, then hold up as you plug it back in. When you do so, it makes it so that when you release the stick, since the GameCube controller assumes that whatever it was at when it got plugged in is neutral, when you release the stick, it will start thinking you're holding down. And since taking steps causes your Shadow Pokemon's heart doors to open slightly, you just leave while your character does this forever. Come back a couple hours later, they're all ready for purification. So yeah, welcome to the town where we purify our Pokemon in more ways than one.
Why, welcome to Agate Village. This village is home to trainers who were once considered experts, and of course their Pokemon. I would think that it's too early for you people to settle here.
So this is a retirement community then. Trico noise.
I've given up on battling, but I never neglect checking the health of my Pokemon. Gah! Ow, 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 my back! It seems that I should be the one getting my health checked.
I came to tap the knowledge of the villagers about Pokemon. After all, even though they're retired, they were all great trainers in their prime. I see the people running this Pokemon Center are fans of specifically Torchic. Let's whip out our Pokemon who are ready for purification.
Why, if it is Rui, it's been too long. Is that young man your boyfriend? I know why you're back. You came to introduce your boyfriend to Egan, didn't you? Well, Rui, I should introduce my boyfriend to you. You see, my boyfriend is this mighty Ina here. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh.
I'm the daycare lady. I can raise a Pokemon for you if you'd like. Have you a Pokemon you'd like me to raise? Come see me again if you have a Pokemon you'd like me to raise.
Not much point in a daycare where you can't do any breeding.
Wait a second. Could it be Rui? Is that you? I thought so. Last time I saw you, you were this little tiny thing. Now look at you, growing up to be a real beauty.
Oh, please stop it. Giggle.
But I shouldn't keep you. Egan was worried about you. Don't waste any time. You should go see him. Grandpa Egan, Grandma Bella.
Blue Bella? Not sure what that name's supposed to be. I missed you.
Ah, Rui, welcome, welcome. We heard that you were coming, but then you didn't arrive. We were worried about you, dear. You finally arrived. What held you up?
I had just this terrible time. On the way here, I was abducted by these creepy people. Luckily, I was saved by Redmond, who happened to be there by coincidence.
Oh, how frightful. Thank you so much for saving our granddaughter. But why would anyone want to harm Rui?
It's probably because I can see these bizarre Pokemon. They're shadow Pokemon. Well, actually, everyone can see them, Rui. You can just see an aura around them. They're shadow Pokemon. Pokemon that have been turned into fighting machines with hearts of darkness.
Shadow Pokemon? What on earth is that?
Well...
Help! There's trouble! Egan, it's a serious situation. Some outsiders went into the relic forest. What? Who were they? I don't know. They shoved me aside and... That's enough talk. It can wait. I'm off.
And so are we. Is this the way to the Relic Forest? No, it's not. That is not a path.
Do you see this? My tailor brings me berries from somewhere every day. Here, I'll share one with you. Hey, what? Here comes another meddler. That old man earlier, he trampled me when I let down my guard, but that won't happen again.
I don't like seeing Carvanas when Espeon is still my only real attack.
Let's confuse the Carvana for safety's sake.
And hope that it just hurts itself. Nice. Wow, that was a big self-harm. Which I guess just goes to show the difference between Carvana's attack and HP stats.
Why are the villagers here so ridiculously strong?
Well, I'm not a villager here.
No, forget about it. You're not going on any farther.
We got a flinch out of secret power. Yeah, Outlander, there's a reason they're giving us such high-level unevolved Pokemon to fight against. Is because, A, they started us at basically level 30. Oh, phooey, I'm not feeling well today. Yeah, A, they started us at like level 30, and B, Shadow Pokemon cannot gain experience. They are stuck at the level that you get them at until you purify them. Which means that at this point in the game, we have exactly 3 Pokemon even capable of leveling at any point. So if they started giving us like level 40 Pokemon or evolved level 30 Pokemon to battle against, then it'd basically be just Umbreon and Espeon who stood any real chance, because these guys are going to get power crept if they actually gave us evolved things to fight other than like the Ludicolo for Mirabee, who is a boss. So yeah, that's why we get such high level unevolved Pokemon to battle against.
Boo! Scared you, didn't I?
But yeah, once we can actually purify our Pokemon, we'll start seeing more evolved Pokemon to battle against. And things will be different. I mean, we're still going to be seeing a lot of high-level unevolved Pokemon, because, like, there's only so many Pokemon in Gen 3. But yeah, it's primarily because we cannot level up anything other than the 2 Pokemon we started with, and a plus. Wow, Curly actually lived. And didn't flinch either.
Little boy, you're shockingly strong. Well, Rui, Egan's in a heap of trouble. What shall we do? What shall we do? Egan might be the mythical trainer, but he's pushing his luck if he thinks he can battle at his age.
Age means nothing for being able to battle. It's your Pokemon doing the work.
You, who are you? What are you doing here? Although you may ask why we are here, we simply cannot answer that. I can see that you are a senior citizen, but I cannot allow you to interfere with our affairs. You're the ones interfering. Shady creeps like you I'll personally run out. Now, someone so old shouldn't overdo it. Don't take me for a fool. I'll have you know I was once hailed the most powerful trainer. That isn't all either. I have a comrade with whom I've been through thick and thin. This is the first Pokemon I got, and it's been with me ever since.
So it's just as old as you?
Okay, Pikachu, we haven't battled this much in a while. Let's keep focused.
Seriously, you're using a Pikachu against Cypher Peon's Scrub. The first Pokemon you ever got, you were once hailed as the strongest trainer. and your greatest partner is only level 50. Hey, Egan, maybe use moves other than Quick Attack. It is not Pikachu's best move. Pikachu's a special attacker, not a physical attacker. Use like Thunderbolt. Come on. Play to your strengths. How was this man ever considered the strongest trainer? Oh, well, he paralyzed the Hitmontop. I wonder. Like, we don't have control here. We just have to watch it play out. Is it possible that, like, the Pikachu could paralyze the Hitmontop on the first round and then just get lucky with paralysis procs until it wins? Surely they wouldn't let that happen here, right? But the fact that it did paralyze the Hitmontop implies that maybe it could happen. Phew. Didn't I already say an old man shouldn't overdo it? Outlander, as far as I'm aware, probably this is the only single battle in the game.
Grandpa, Pikachu!
Big eye. Oh, Pikachu noises.
How dare you? You'll never get away with this.
Ah, now here's someone who may show me a more enjoyable time. Very well, on guard. Let's beat this scrub. So we know he's got a Shadow Hitmontop. Wait, why didn't you send out the Hitmontop? Like, dude, if you sent out the Geodude against the Pikachu, it probably would have just won right out. I miss the days when Sturdy only prevented one-hit KO moves and not all preventing all moves from being one-hit KOs. It made it so much easier to deal with Geodudes. So, yeah, I still don't have standard Pokeballs, so that Hitmontop is going to have a bad time. I should really go buy Pokeballs at some point. But at this point, I'll probably be doing that between streams. I was about to be like, wait, didn't the Clamperl use Iron Defense? Why did I still do so much with Bite? The answer is that Bite is a special attack in this game. Going from games where the special and physical attacks have been split for decades. Well, not actually, yes. Plural decades now. Going back to a game where they haven't been split yet always feels weird. Nice flinch. Oh. I was hoping I could get a little bit of heart-openingness on Skiploom, but guess I can't. Take that, scrub.
I should have declined. I'd been instructed to capture Celebi, then destroy the Relic Stone, but matters have not gone according to plan. I shall have to immediately inform Dakim, who has gone to Mount Battle. Grandpa, are you okay?
I'm fine, but my partner... Bigachu noises. Ah, you're safe. Good, good. You battled with honor. If your opponent was any ordinary Pokemon, you would have won.
No. No. It being a shadow Pokemon had nothing to do with it. The reason your Pikachu lost is because A, it's level 50. B, it's still a Pikachu. And C, you only used Quick Attack.
So that was a shadow Pokemon. Rui and Redmond, am I right? Thank you for helping us. We should go home for the time being.
But there's a file on the ground. You really had me worried. Please don't do anything so rash and dangerous again.
I'm sorry, dear, but I couldn't very well let them have their way. Those crooks. They said they were out to capture Celebi and destroy the Relic Stone. Why? Might there be a connection between Celebi and shadow Pokemon?
Oh no, that's no good. We came here because we thought you would know something, Grandpa.
Sorry to disappoint you. Oh yes. Dear, didn't we have a stone tablet? It had something about the relic carved into it.
Ah, yes. Yes, we did have such a stone tablet. Now where could I have put it away? Let me go look for it upstairs. It may take time, so please be patient.
While she's looking, you might try gathering more information on Celebi, Rui. Go see an old man named Senilor. He lives near the Pokemart down the hill. Senilor is the authority when it comes to Celebi. That is, if he remembers.
Something kind of amusing. The TVs in this game are widescreen. This game does not support displaying in widescreen. Which means they were aware of widescreen TVs and that they were the future, but they elected not to support them. Why does nobody sell Pokeballs? We have yet to visit a Pokemart that sells Pokeballs, which, I mean, yeah, I guess. There's no call for them in this region. But still. Will they let me out to go buy Pokeballs right now? They will. Good. Outlander, the similarities to the Pokemon Forever movie were entirely accidental. We've actually learned that in interviews. What was it, Gen 7 where they made it so that you could get more than one Premier Ball per purchase? I think it was Gen 7. But prior to that, you gotta buy your Pokeballs in stacks of 10, no matter how many you want in total. They all gotta be in stacks of 10. Unless you want to throw away potential Premier Balls.
Alright, 100 Pokeballs will work for now. So, fun fact. Celebi plays a big part in this game. You can't get Celebi in this game. If you play the Japanese well, no. Playing the well, actually, yes, playing the Japanese version does count as part of it, but... The Japanese version, the bonus disc that came with pre-orders of the game, would let Japanese players get a Celebi. Like, wow, cool, you get a Celebi. Celebi? I guess it's a Celebi. But you get a Celebi for getting the pre-order bonus disc. Hooray. Makes sense. Game features Celebi, you get Celebi. The US version, that bonus disc gave Jirachi? Don't know why it didn't give Celebi, but... So, this Tsun Tsun. I imagine that is just a direct transliteration of the noises the Torchic made in the Japanese version. Which makes this a mistranslation, because it almost certainly was not saying Tsun Tsun. But rather that was the onomatopoeia for, like, poke poke. So, like, it was probably just pecking your hand or something is what this is supposed to be. It's pecking your hand, making a Tsun Tsun noise. So yeah, they just transliterated it rather than actually giving us the same experience that the Japanese players would have gotten there.
Well, well, let me have a peek at your Pokemon. My, for some reason, you seem to have a Pokemon whose heart's door is closed. It may take time, but battling is the best way for a trainer to build a trusting bond with their Pokemon. Battle together with your Pokemon often, and it will open its heart to you without a doubt.
I thought we were supposed to talk to a lady near the Pokemart. I guess they meant in this house. Nope, there's no ladies here. Oh, Senelor isn't a lady.
Senelor? Oh, right, you wanted to see my dad. He's been getting pretty forgetful lately, though. I'm afraid he might not be much help to you. You're Egan's beloved Torchic. No, wait, what did you say you were? Who did you say you were? What's that? You wanted to ask me, Senelor, about Celebi? Have no fear, no problem. Forget something that important? That's not going to happen. Let me start with the relic in the Relic Forest. According to ancient lore, the relic is said to hold the power of time travel for Celebi. That mystical power is said to revive the most pleasant, most enjoyable memories of Pokemon. If only it worked on me and brought back memories of my youth. Ho, ho, ho. Would you like to hear more? To meet Celebi directly, you must use an item called the Time Flute. That is all one needs to bring Celebi to the Relic Forest. Celebi will surely cause darkness to flee from the hearts of any Pokemon.
So, yeah, Time Flutes. There's 2 of them in the game, and they instantly purify any Shadow Pokemon, regardless.
Come again anytime, Wurmple.
So, Rui, are you secretly a Torchic or a Wurmple? But yeah, instantly purifies any Pokemon, regardless of what their meter is at. There's 2 of them in the game, they're one-time use things. The first time I played through this game, I used an action replay to get more of them. It's the only cheat I did. I just got more Time Flutes. But honestly, I didn't even need to, because I learned after the fact that you could just do the controller trick and let your Pokemon automatically get purified, basically.
Ah, Rui, welcome home. I've finally found the small tablet.
That is the small tablet that has been passed down through our family over many generations. Examine it.
There are words carved into the small tablet. Redmond read the words. In Agate's mystic relic, Celebi's power shelters. A heart imprisoned by shadows, its last door shall be opened by the power within.
The relic must have some effect on shadow Pokemon. I will leave that for you to determine for yourselves.
Oh, I got an email. Oh, Redmond, your PDA just rang. All right, it might be duking with some news. Quick, let's check it out.
Okay, but why do we have to check it out in here? Redmond, we've got big trouble. I just got word from our people that Mount Battle's under attack by a mysterious group of thugs. Please, can you go help? We think it's the same group as the one Mirror B belonged to. We're counting on you. So, the ones that we haven't caught... It says that we failed to snag, but doesn't tell us where we can find them again.
What? Those crooks are... Crooks? Those crooks are loose on Mount Battle now? That's awful. We can't let this go on. Redmond, let's go. Oh, wait. Grandpa, where is Mount Battle anyway?
Mount Battle is to the northeast. You can see it in the distance once you leave the village. Hurry, Rui.
Okay, but first we're going to that forest to purify some Pokemon. Because I want my Pokemon purified. Because, let's be honest, having them stay Shadow Pokemon kind of sucks. And also, I want them to be able to get XP. Also, I want to read this. Ein File C is written on the file's cover. Celebi's power. The purification of Shadow Pokemon has several factors. Celebi appears to have the power to boost the purification process. If a Shadow Pokemon encounters a Celebi, it recalls how its heart was before being closed and reverts to its original form. The Relic Stone of Agate Village also appears to have the power to complete the purification process. These factors must be eliminated if our Shadow Pokemon plan is to succeed. Shadow Pokemon Lab, Chief Ein. Quilava, open that heart door. Wow, would you look at that? It's just a Quilava still. It sure did change from a Quilava into a Quilava. And it learned Sunny Day. But it got a ribbon! Wait, no, I don't want to nickname the Quilava. I'll nickname the Pokemon that are going to be Ribbon Masters. But this ain't one of them. Finally, Flaffy gets an electric attack. And a good one, too. We're never replacing Thunderbolt. Ooh, Mudshot. Okay, Skiploom's not ready yet. Well, that's fine. This is an awfully steep hill to walk up. Like, looking at it from here, it looks like it's just part of the wall. But no, it's a walkable hill, just super steep. But anyway, now that we have purified some Pokemon, and looking at the time, it's actually time for me to go ahead and call this a stream. So thanks, folks, for dropping by to watch and chat and all that. And I will be back tomorrow with more Pokemon ready to purify, because I'm going to go do the walking trick thing, the controller thing, to have them basically just open their own heart doors, or at least get ready to it on their own. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for more Pokemon Colosseum. See you then, friends.